Good morning and welcome. Are there just some blocks you're a little intimidated by? Let's face it, are you afraid? Are you afraid of those curves on a Dresden plate, on a grandmother's slan, on a drunkard's path? Well, I'm going to give you a couple tips that I use to get my curves done. Hi, I'm Angela Davis, and I am the 4M Quilter. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about curves, and I'm going to give you one of my techniques for making curves easy and fast. So stay with me, stay tuned in. The first thing I did was I picked out all my fabrics.
I chose my pattern for my blade, and this pattern has a straight edge on the top and the bottom. I cut out my blades with the fabric that I chose, and I cut out my background square.
I chose my background square. I chose my colors for my fan blades. Got everything ironed, sewed one blade to the second blade, the third blade to the fourth blade, pressed, then sewed the last blade to the center, and then sewed the two sections together. I pressed all the seams in one direction, being careful not to distort the curve. Then it was time to cut my bottom curve. From here, I'm going to draw my line. Even though this is a permanent pen, this is going to be the seam line. It will get sewn inside the seam. And then from here, I have two. I have two there. All right, and I'm going to cut. I'm not cutting on the line. I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch outside the line. Okay. So from here, I'm going to stitch right inside the line a long stitch on my machine. So I have two of them done, and they're pretty long stitches because it's a gathering stitch. Now before we gather, we're going to make little cuts, and we're just going to cut little snips up to the stitching line. We're not going to go through it. Just going to go up to the stitching line, and we're going to try to start where the curve starts. Okay, now we're going to gently pull. See if I can grab just one of those strings. There we go. There we go. Do this one. Okay. And then we're going to take our cardboard template. Just gonna let me get it nice and smooth. There you go. And then we're gonna press that. Pull on that a little bit better. There we go. That's nice. Look at that. Okay, and then we're gonna press. Give it one last press. Take the cardboard off. I'm gonna lay this out. Lay that right on top. Sometimes you have to adjust it a little bit. There. I have ironing to do on that edge. Now on that ironing, believe it or not, there's no curve. Let me show you what I mean. Because our template is straight across, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this under 1/4 inch, and I'm just following the straight edge of the top of that piece. I'm doing the same thing on the second piece. Turn it. I'm gonna fold each piece down. Might have like a little tuck there, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. See? It just works itself out. It just sort of has that nice, gentle curve, even though they're straight lines. It does form a nice curve. Okay, so here we are again. We're just appliquing. We're going to applique the fan first along this edge, and you can hand applique or machine applique along this edge. And then press again, and then you're going to hand applique or machine applique this curve here.
I'm using a small blanket stitch to machine applique, and I'm moving my hands and my machine slowly, and I have my hands positioned so that I can make that turn nice and smooth. Remember to remove the pins before you stitch. This way you don't break your needle. I've done that.
And that's how I do curves. It's simple, it's easy. Once you, like I said, once you make those cuts, little snips along here, and you pull that, that string, you can see where it just hugs that, cardboard. And it just forms that nice curve like that. And what's nice is the cardboard can be ironed. Look at that curve. It's so nice. And it's simple. You just do that running stitch, pull the thread so that it gathers, and then make sure you use a cardboard curve. You know, put it inside, pull on the thread, tuck it in, and then press, and it'll hold that curve. And that's how I do my curves. It's very easy. And let me show you the one that I finished already. And here it is, Grandmother's Fan. It's really a beautiful block. Don't have to worry about curving this seam because these are straight seams. So once you sew your blades together, remember, you're going to press these seams in one direction. You're going to turn under 1/4 inch. So remember those 3 things. You want to do a running stitch with a large stitch. You want to clip the curve on the seam allowance, and you want to use a cardboard template to gather it up, and you're going to press this right with the cardboard in it to create that nice smooth curve. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed watching it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you can see my next video. Remember, why sleep when you can sew? Have a great day. I'm Angela Davis, and I'm the 4-Aim Quilter.